Yes, day 6 experience. NYC. Day 2. Let's go. Yes, I went to Gravity in New York City, day 2. It was phenomenal. Here's why. Before I start talking, getting all into it, everybody should go see a Day 6 show. It's indescribable, and I'm about to stumble on my words and be very... it's just gonna be really hard to talk about it. Post-concert depression. The day starts. Me and my friend who came with me, Ani, we were staying with my brother in Brooklyn, so we had to take the train into Manhattan, into Times Square to get to the venue. So basically, we take the train, we get to the venue, and we get our wristbands. Our wristbands are numbered, but it didn't have to do anything for the high touch. We were P2. We had to go to the venue early to get our P2 wristbands. We got the wristbands, and we just went and walked around. We went to Koreatown. We walked around Times Square. She had never been. I've been like once. But like shopping, it's girly things. Shopping, we did all the stuff that we wanted to do. It was about 3 o'clock, and the doors opened at like 6:30. We went and sat in line for about 3 hours, so that was fun. Sub K organized it. They seemed like a little bit flustered and kind of struggling to get everybody in place, but I mean, other than that, it was pretty chill. We just sat in line, we just talked, chill. And this one girl was giving away little photo cards, like little photo card packets. It was just like so cute. I came into the concert thinking I was a J stan. I was wrong, but I did get a J photo card from her, and she ran out of Young K. Like, by the time she got back to the part where we were in line, she was like, guys, I don't have Young K, don't ask me for Young K. And honestly, I understand. Seeing him in real life, oh my god. There's one girl who was giving away buttons too, and my socially awkward ass forgot to ask her for one. So she walked by, and I was like, I want one, but I don't know how to tell you that I want one. After we waited in line, around 6:30, we started moving. Everybody gets excited. We're moving to the doors, and merch was fairly quick. People were telling me that merch was going to take a really long time, and especially if you're in general admission, to just like wait on the merch or like get it online. But honestly, it only took me like 5 minutes, and this is literally all I wanted. And then we got a pretty good spot. We were like around the middle. But like, when I say this, I could be barrier, I could be all the way in the back, I would still be like, oh my god, I'm in the same room as them. In that theater, the PlayStation Theater is so small, it felt so intimate. It just felt like you could just reach out and like grab their hand. It was just great. I had zero problems with where I was standing. The whole night, I was in front of Young K all night. Blessed. I have been blessed. I have been baptized into the Young K fandoms. Like, I'm a Young K fan now. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened on Friday night. But like, sis, he is. I can't describe it. But if you know, Young K stands, you know. They come out. They play Best Part. Like, that was their opener. And if y'all have heard Best Part, this shit hype. I was like, I could not, like, I was gonna take a video, and then I was holding my phone. I was like, it's gonna start. And I was like, we've seen Day 6 now. Or they've opened. They opened with Best Part. They stopped. They stopped after 4 songs. Like, they just kept going. They were doing song after song after song. Jay, if you ever go to a Day6 concert, Jay is always like, I want to hear you scream, I want to hear you sing, I want to hear you jump. I'm like, Jay. He says jump, I'd be like, bet, like that, but for like 2.5 hours. And they took breaks in between, but they did like 16 songs, and Jay was just like, okay guys, we're like almost halfway, we're like almost more than halfway. They all did their own little solos after certain songs, and it was really cool. They did this really cool mashup. It was just like a whole experience. Like,
don't be afraid to sing along, guys. Go.
yeah, so basically they did all their songs, they did their little solos, and then they stopped and talked. Probably 3 or 4 times they stopped to talk, and then that was like it. But Brian did this really sweet speech. Brian
Who is Brian? I am not.
a very like sweet speech about dreams and doing whatever you want to do, sweetie, like you can do whatever you want. Wonpil talked about he said that he was sorry that he wasn't speaking in English, and honestly I could care less. I mean, I always loved that he was there, and like I appreciate him for even trying to talk in English. Like, he said that he introduced himself in English and everything, but it just like means the world that he even tries. So that was something that's like really important. Dowoon, he spoke a little bit in English, and he talked about how happy he was to be there, and how, you know, that sweet stuff. Sungjin, okay. Sungjin! Oh my god, my audio's gonna peak. Sungjin is so rude. He, the whole night, was doing this whole like eyebrow thing, and he was smirking. He was like playing guitar, he was all cocky, he was like like, if you were there, you know what he did. He knows what he did. And then Jay, I love Jay, he's amazing. He's just like the voice of the night, you know. He's just kind of like setting the mood for everybody and all that, and it was just like so sweet, and it felt like I was just seeing people that like I already knew. And that's what's crazy, is that when you go there and they're talking and they're just up there, you just feel like you just know them already. You feel like you're going to see old friends, you know? Okay, so then the last songs they did Dance Dance and Free Hage, and and then like during Free, Jay came down near the barrier and nobody touched him. And I thought that was amazing, because the amount of restraint, like respect that we have, like my day has for Day6, is like so good. Because I always think about this video of Jungkook going to see this girl in the crowd. He like jumps off the, Jungkook from BTS, he jumps off the stage to go see this girl who's like sitting in a wheelchair in the crowd, and they just like completely like tear this boy apart. I'm like everybody was just like, oh, I don't want to hurt him. And I'm just like, the amount of restraint, the amount of respect, like I just so happy. Like, we just want to be with him, you know, we just want to like be near him and hang out. Like, that's just what it feels like. Day6 concerts are just like hanging out with Day6. But yeah, after the concert, they did a high touch, and what had happened was that they had the P1 people do it first. They lined them up, and then they had all the general mission P1, P2 stay in the venue, like in the stage area, whatever. and then the P1s went out and did the high touch first, and then they got their album out, they did the high touch, and they got their signed albums, and then the P2 would just go out and do the high touch. And me and my friend, we were towards the middle of the P2 line, so we were kind of being like rushed, not rushed, it felt rushed to me, but they were like kind of just pushing us through, like, have your left hand up, like, no rings, no whatever, just go and just do it. And I'm like, okay, I got it. One pair is right there. Turn the corner, one pair is right there, and he's just like, he's smiling, and the way my friend described it, she said, is he man-spreading? He had his ankles crossed, he was sitting on the table, like, his ankles were crossed. Hand up, he was like that, and I said stunning A, because I'm a weeb, but he said the whole thing about speaking English, and I was just like, I want to make him feel happy. I hope I did that for him. I hope I was able to, like, make him feel a little bit better. So I just said stunning A, Young K, and I said, oh my god, I love you. And, like, for some reason, like, my hand was, like, kind of cupped, and I wasn't doing it, like, to try and, like, grab their hand. I think I just, like, was like, oh, I was like, I love you, I love you. The high five, I'm like, oh my god, I love you. And I think, I can't even remember what they all said. I think they're all just like, thank you, thank you. This is, like, all over the place. Sungjin grabs your hand. He, like, grabs your hand. He's like, thank you. And I was like, I love you. He's like, thank you. And then I high five Jay, and I'm like, I love you. And he's like, thank you. And it was like a millisecond, right? And then there's Dowoon, and we high five, whatever. I'm like, I love you. He's like, thank you. And his hands were like soft. Like, ask anybody who went to the show, anybody who's gone to a Day6 show in general and done high touch, please tell me, does Dowoon have the softest hands? Can we confirm this? I gotta know. I think he does. Like, my friend said he felt like he had, like, baby powder on his hand or something like that. But honestly, I believe it, because it was soft as fuck. That it just felt like it was just like it was like that, and like I explained that all, and it took like what, 2 minutes. It happened in like 5 seconds. It was like insane. And like obviously we all want like as much time as possible. We wish that we could just sit down and like talk to them and hang out with them. Obviously we can't, but like it was like just enough to be like that close to them. It's like just really like, I feel really grateful. I feel so grateful and so blessed to be able to go see them. Like, it was the best experience. So please, if you are able, go see Day6. Go do yourself a favor. Drop that 200, you know, on that P2, on that high touch. It's worth it. This video is kind of hectic. Like, I had a whole like video already done, and it got corrupted, so I had to reshoot this. So this is my second time trying to go through this. So please, I'm so sorry if some of the parts seem rushed and frantic. I'm like, I went through this like before, and it took me like 20 minutes, and now I just had to go back through 20 minutes worth of content. But thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter if you want. Hit me up. I want to talk to more of my day. I want to make more friends. Young K stands, where you at? I've been converted. I'm not a J stan anymore. I'm sorry. I love you, Jay. I love you, Chicken Little. But anyway, yeah. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.